everyone, welcome back to BS Rambles. Today I'm going to be elaborating on a previous video of mine titled Can You Carry in Heroes of the Storm - Dispelling the Myth, where I detailed how you are able to carry in this game. Today I want to get more specific and give you guys 3 different basic strategies that will allow you to carry, and then I'll wrap things up with some advice on how to climb past where you can carry your teams. Because unless you're the best player ever, you will reach a point where carrying isn't in the cards anymore. I've broken the strategies down into 3 subcategories, which are number 1, the Map Presence Master, number 2, the Teamfight King, and number 3, the Ganking Ganker. Each one of these strategies are high risk, high reward, and place the fate of the game more heavily into your own hands than a more conventional playstyle might. Now that you know what to expect, I'll dive right in with our first carrying method. Number 1. The Map Presence Master. This is the most indirect and most difficult method of carrying and involves spending the majority of your game off on your own creating map pressure, or even just aggressively dominating a solo lane. In this method, you will pick a hero with excellent map presence and focus on capping camps ahead of objectives, shoving lanes, and soaking a ton of experience to provide your team with advantages. What you're looking to do here is force the enemy team to make a choice ahead of every objective. Either they come and defend the lane or lanes that you're pressuring, or they lose a structure in those lanes. And in either scenario, you create an advantage for your team. If they do commit a hero to defending a lane you've pressured, you should join your team for a 4v5 team fight on the objective. If they do not commit, you should hammer your lane with as much pressure as possible to take down structures, which will pay off in further map pressure and experience as the game progresses. Heroes that are excellent for this strategy include Dahaka, the Lost Vikings, Murky, Zagara, or any other hero that you're strong with in the solo lane that can complete jungle camps. This strategy is best utilized with heroes that have global mobility like Zagara, and best on large 3-lane maps like Cursed Hollow. This strategy requires a lot of game and map knowledge, as you're going to have to use your discretion on when to best join up with your team to support in team fights. I recommend pinging yourself to remind your team that you are not with them if you do plan on skipping an objective for map pressure. When executed properly, this strategy of total map control can be demoralizing to play against, and will create a large experience, map, and teamfight advantage for your team, and all without much reliance on your team at all. Use this strategy if your game knowledge and map awareness is higher than your Storm League rank reflects. The second strategy is simple and obvious. The Teamfight King strategy is where you choose your hero and talent build with the goal of excelling in teamfights. You're banking on your superior mechanical skill and positioning to turn 5v5 engagements in your favor. This one is pretty obvious, so instead of dwelling too long on how to best execute this strategy, I'll point you in the direction of my 3 favorite heroes for this strategy, each of whom I've made an OP build guide for which details the talents and combos that will have you absolutely dominating teamfights in a crazy fun way. Check out the Alexstrasza OP build guide, the Qhira OP build guide, and the Valla OP build guide. Use this strategy if you are mechanically more skilled than your Storm League rank reflects, to climb quickly through the ranks. The last strategy is the Ganking Ganker. This one also was pretty obvious and very commonly attempted unsuccessfully. It's also really fun and my go-to strategy when I want to have some fun while queuing with friends. The goal here is to create an advantage for your team in both experience and objectives by killing enemy heroes at critical times. This is also a great way to counter the first strategy of the Map Presence Master, because they're going to be on their own and ripe for ganking pretty frequently. You will of course want to pick heroes that have high burst damage potential, such as Zeratul, Nova, and Valera, and you're going to roam the map with the goal of punishing any enemies who are out of position. If done properly, the enemy team will be showing up to objectives short a hero, allowing your team to dominate a 4v5 teamfight. The real issue with this strategy, and why it tends to have a reputation in ranked, is that it's very easy to get hung up on just trying to get hero kills, and you end up contributing low experience and low map pressure for your team. Avoid this pitfall by staying conscious of your experience contribution. If it's the lowest on your team, you're probably ignoring lanes too much and should try to focus on being more efficient in your gank attempts. My personal favorite, and probably the most specifically designed hero for this strategy, is Nova. I've made a great video with some tips on how to best utilize her, which I will include in the description below for those who are interested in playing an insanely fun hero that may or may not trigger your teammates when you pick her. Utilize the Ganking Ganker strategy if your positioning and mechanical abilities are higher than others at your current rank. Each of these strategies gives you more control over the game than a more balanced and conventional strategy would. However, these will only work while you are disproportionately better than other players at your rank. Given that we all probably think that of ourselves, these strategies will be a great way to put those beliefs to the test. When you do find that you stagnate in your ability to carry games but still want to climb through the ranks, just shift over to a more conservative playstyle. I'd recommend watching my video titled How to Get Carried, which details the strategies that I use to ride on my teammates' shoulders into Master League. I'll leave the link to that video in the description below as well. Now that we've crossed the bridge from how to carry all the way over to how to get carried, I'd like to thank everyone still here for watching and ask that if you enjoyed this video, please do the YouTube do to support me by liking the video, commenting below, and if you want to see more of my content, please do subscribe. I make videos like these, as well as some really fun gameplay videos more regularly. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.